welcome to my podcast, a podcast about knitting and sewing. My name is Suzanne and I live in Cheshire in the northwest of England with my husband. We have 3 children, grown-up children, and we have 3 grandchildren. So I've got 2 finished objects to show to you, and I have got a few works in progress. So the first finished object is the socks that I was knitting in my previous podcast. I'd knitted one and then had to cast on another, and I was using the Winnick Mum pattern and knitting them on 9-inch circulars, 2.25 I believe, and these are for my son-in-law, so they're not sitting on the blockers properly because they're a bit big, but lovely pattern. It's lovely wool. The wool is Sherry Iris Designs, and it was her In the Countryside sock club from last October I think, and perfectly plain, slip stitch heel, short rows for the gusset, 2x2 rib, and I don't know what they call this. I don't know what they call this toe. It's the one where you grade it on either side. I can't think what they call that toe. And Kitchener stitch there. So yeah, I'm pleased with those, and it's lovely wool. The colour, it's kind of true, but it's lovely. It's more green than grey. It's showing up a bit more grey on the camera. So I was pleased with those. So they can go to my son-in-law now. I finished them a couple of weeks ago, so I've been hanging on to them. My next finished object is the little cardigan I was knitting for my granddaughter, the Rosa Little pattern by Anna de Voot, along with Anna. Knitted top down, and the pattern is also the raglan increases, and it's absolutely lovely, really nice. I would do that one again. There's no seams. You have to obviously cast on for the button band, but there's no sewing up. It's lovely, and I'm very pleased with that. I used a commercial yarn, Rowan Cash Soft Merino, I think. I can't remember. I don't think I've got the ball band now either. Right, that's it, finished. So that's the Rosa Little. I would certainly do that one again, and there is a pattern to do an adult version, which I might do. So works in progress, and I've got a few of those. In my Caroline Loves to Sew bag, gorgeous Tilda fabric, beautiful, and that bit there is the lining. It's the lining, and there's her logo. Love to sew. So in here I have got my Tillamook Valley socks. I saw these on Instagram. I can't remember who had knitted them, and I thought they were lovely, and I think it's a paid for pattern. I doubt it's a very pretty pattern. Look at all that detail in there. And the socks are see the pattern. But joy of joys, this pattern is knitted for 9-inch circulars. So I thought, well, I've got to. It's the Tillamook Valley socks, and the pattern is by Lindsay Fowler, and I think it's a paid for pattern, but it's 9-inch circulars, marvellous. So I am knitting it on. I've only just started. I have literally only just started it. I've got the cuff, and it is I think it's just a 2x2 rib. Yeah, it's just 2x2 rib. I'm trying to show you the colour. The yarn I'm using is Sherry Iris, and I've lost the label, but it is the it's the Sock Club, Life of Birds Sock Club, and I think it's the August one, and it's absolutely gorgeous. You see, it's better actually. I think it shows it better when you do it that way. It's I think it was the oyster catcher. The bird for August was the oyster catcher. So you've got the greys and the browns, and then you've got that contrast here. So that's what I'm working on, and I'm using Chaigu 2.25. They're my favourite. I prefer those to the higher. Much prefer them. So it's knitting up beautifully. It's gorgeous colour, gorgeous colours. And my little stitch marker that came with the. I wasn't sure whether it was a basket of corn or a basket of flowers. I think it's a basket of flowers. And I think that's all. That's all to say about that, really. I should crack on with those. And so that's one finished object. The next finished object is the next work in progress. Did I call that a finished object? Is now then. These I'm knitting the Lola Socks, a pattern by Jules from So Sweet Violet, and these are the socks. The socks were designed for a sock along. Now I hope I get all this right. Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful, a lovely podcast, always hosts a sock along when Strictly Come Dancing is on, and the idea is that you knit a pair of socks while watching Strictly Come Dancing. Although cheating is encouraged, and apparently you can knit your socks anywhere. It doesn't matter, but it is the idea is that you knit along with watching the program. And this year, Jules designed this pattern, and Kelly from Lay Family Yarn dyed a specific yarn to go with this pattern as a fundraiser. So money from this pattern, and I think it was a generous £3 from the pattern, and I can't remember how much from the yarn. I think it might have been £6. I can't remember. We're going towards the fundraising for Bill's special bus. It's a special school that desperately needs a new school bus, and Bill is Gaynor from Tales of Cuckoo Land's son, who goes to a very special school, and they need this bus, and she's brilliant fundraiser, and I believe they're nearly there for their bus. But Kelly's yarn sold out straight away. I was too late again to the party, and so there was around about the same time there was an update from Sherry Iris, and this one is called On the Dance Floor. So I thought, well, I will use that. So I only started it on Saturday, because I did watch Strictly. I don't always watch Strictly Come Dance. I watched it on Saturday, and I cast that on. But I'm not very good at watching television and knitting. I'm either watching television or I'm knitting. I can't do both. And yeah, so again, I've got this little gap here where I've cast on DPNs for a couple of rows, and then I put them on the circulars, 9-inch circulars, Chaigu. Well, I don't know if these are Chaigu, because that cable is blue. Maybe these are the highest. Oh no, yeah, they are higher. They're the higher, not sharps, but higher. 9-inch needles. I did start them off on 12-inch, and the 12-inch circulars are too big. They stretch. So yeah, it's very pretty. Oh. And it's a lovely label, beautiful label. There we are. Lovely, lovely drawing. I believe Sherry's son, Christopher, does the artwork. Very talented. It's not black and white, it's slightly coloured. And it's on Sturdy Sock, superwash merino and nylon. Lovely. So that's another one to be getting on with. Another work in progress is my Tresca jumper. Another pattern by Along of Ekana. This one, Tresca. And again, it's top down, and you do German short rows at the back, so that the back of the jumper sits higher up than the front. So it sort of does that. That's in another colourway. Now I bought the wool, the exact same wool. I bought that colour, and it is from Eden Cottage Yarns, and it is the colourway Hyssop, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's Hayton DK, and it is superfine merino, cashmere and nylon. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it knits so beautifully. Now this is my second attempt at this because I made a mistake. I wasn't watching what I was doing, and this pattern, which is the raglan, I had a hole somewhere down here somewhere. So I thought, well, oh, it's for me, it'll be fine. And I thought, no, it won't. I thought I'll sew it up, I'll just put a little, but no, I took it all back and started again. So I've got this far, but it is gorgeous wool to work with, absolutely gorgeous. And that colour is kind of showing up quite well in the camera. It's a sort of grey green hyssop. It's lovely. The other yarn that this one is knitting is Eden Cottage, and it's the Titus fingering and Eldwick or Eldick lace in the driftwood colourway. Very nice. That one is. I think there must be a bit of. Is there a bit of mohair? Titus fingering and Eldick lace. It doesn't say mohair, does it? But there's a bit of a. You can see there's a little bit of a halo there. I like that colourway as well. No, it's lovely. Lovely. I'm looking forward to wearing that. And I bought 3 skeins, so I'm doing this. It's going to fit me. So in my Sherry Iris bag, signature tabs and polka dot lining, and a box bottom, perfect seams, gorgeous. So that's another work in progress. Shown you that I've shown this one. I've got that many bags here. Now this is another one for myself. A bit of selfish knitting going on here, and this is the, I think you pronounce it Delis. It's Scottish Gaelic for commitment. Again, this is knitted in Eden Cottage yarn, and I have the very same wool as well. But I had this already. It was just sort of a coincidence that I downloaded the pattern and I had it. I bought this wool, and it is Hayton 4-ply, and the colour is driftwood. See, and that's the pattern. Very pretty pattern. And you can see you're knitting it that way down, I think. Yes, that's right. Yes, you're knitting it that way down. I think I'm doing the right hand. So yeah, this is where they all burst off the needle. Ah, they are. Right, that wasn't a good idea. I'll be able to pick those up. No, it's okay. Disaster averted. But it is gorgeous. It's gorgeous soft wool. It is beautiful. and I love that colour. I love that sort of, I don't want to call it a dirty pink, but it's a very muted pink. It's if you look at the colours in it, it's let's see again, that's paler than it should be, but it's absolutely gorgeous, and it's yeah, Hayden 4-ply. So I'm knitting again on the 9-inch circulars, 2.5, and it's a lovely pattern. It's a paid for pattern, so I've got to be careful to show you, but it takes you row by row. It's not it's quite detailed, and then it gives you the rows and pattern for the right hand and the left hand. You don't have to guess or reverse the instructions. It's really, really nice. It does mention a crochet hook in the materials. I can't crochet, but I can't find what I have to use the crochet hook for, but I'll wing it. And yes, I'm knitting those on Chaigu, and they are in my Elderflower Stitches bag, which I showed last time. I don't have that many project bags, so I do rotate them. I do make some myself, and obviously I've bought some. So that's, I seem to have whizzed through that. That's that one. Oh, the other one, the other work in progress is the little jumper for my grandson, and I haven't done very much on it. Look at all this here. I'd forgotten how faffy intarsia can be. So I've started if I show you the pattern, you'll see where I'm up to. That's the pattern. So I've done I'm up to sort of this bit here, where I'm just bringing in the red. But, oh, I'd forgotten how faffy it was. I haven't knitted intarsia for a long time. I used to do my children little postman pat jumpers and Thomas the Tank Engine and things. So I haven't done that for a while, and it's all a bit of a mess. But I'm knitting that on commercial yarn. It is, I talked about this on my last podcast. It is Serdar Country Classic 4-ply. So it's nice. It's nice and soft. It's 50% wool, 50% acrylic. I'm not a fan of acrylic, but it will go in the washing machine. Hopefully the colours won't run. So I've got that. And my stillness shawl. Well, I talked about this on my last podcast, and I have finished clue 4. I've finished clue 4. I'm now into clue 5, and I'm sort of, I think I'm 70% done now. So there's not long to go, but I have now got 560 something stitches on the needles. So, and then it's a lace pattern that you do at the end. So we'll see. Excuse me. We'll see. Taking in great gulps of air as I'm speaking. Yeah, I think that's all my works in progress. Yes. My purchases, woolly wise, are I bought this from Elderflower Stitches. It is the New Year's Eve Champagne colourway in Super Sock, and Susie from Elderflower Stitches did a collection all called after sort of party style drinks, and lovely colourways. But I went for the champagne, and it's lovely. It's champagne colours, gorgeous. I think I might make this a Christmas cast on. It'll be socks, but yeah, a Christmas cast on maybe. Not Christmas Eve. We tend to be a bit busy on Christmas Eve, but yeah, I think that could be a Christmas cast on. I've got 2 sock clubs because they came more or less one after the other, because of the post is a bit erratic at the moment, isn't it? So this is This is the September Sock Club, and it's the Life of Birds collection, and this is the wren. You can see a picture. Again, the artwork is lovely, and a little progress keeper, and a contrasting mini. The colours are lovely. They are very wren-like. We've got a little wren in our garden. Hops about. It's quite tame. It lets you get quite close before it darts away. Yeah. Like that. That's lovely. And this is the October Sock Club. You've got to be quick to get these sock clubs. You've really got to, when you know the updates there, you've got to be there. Very popular. Not surprised. And this is the Blackbird. They're gorgeous colours. Gorgeous. And a little progress keeper, which I think, would that be a tree of life? Lovely. That's these blues are gorgeous. And I don't normally go for blues, but having said that, we don't know what we're getting with the sock club. It's a surprise. Oh, I love this. Lovely. And another update that Sherry did was some autumn colours, and so I got one of each. I just thought, oh, these are beautiful. I did think I might be able to put them together. I'm not sure, but this one is Leaping into Leaves, and it's all, yes, and you can see, oh, so autumnal. That's gorgeous. And that is on, so that's sturdy sock too, superwash merino and nylon. And this is Autumn Glow. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Lovely. So sort of thinking. And then this one is the Mellow Season, and it is very mellow. It's gorgeous. Lovely. So I thought, yeah, sort of put them for. I think that would make a rather nice shawl. I don't know. Like I say, I'm not very good at carrying colours in my head. So that's all the yarny stuff, I think. Yes. So I've got a couple of sewing projects. I did some sewing at the weekend, and I made my little grandson a little t-shirt, little long sleeve t-shirt. Now he is only 9 months old, and this looks enormous, but I don't think it'll be long before he fits into it, quite honestly. Just do a little cuff there, and I don't have an overlocker, so I have to use just a zigzag, which isn't as neat as if it had been overlocked, but it's not too bad, is it? That's all right. And another little cuff there. Have I put those on upside down? Don't think so. No. And like a little, you can see the band at the bottom. And this fabric was from, I think it's just an online store. I don't know if it's bricks and mortar, called Elephant in My Handbag. And I've had some fabric before from, and it's always lovely. It's lovely. I've got some other fabric which I haven't brought down with me, and I'm making another one of these, and it's got sloths on it. And the pattern I used is a pre-pattern PDF pattern from Brindle and Twig, or Brindle and Twig, I don't know how you pronounce it. And that's the Ring a T, and you can make a long sleeve or a short sleeve. And you print the pattern off and stick the pages together and then cut it out. There's not many, because it's only a little thing. It's only, what was it, 10 pages. So that's my little grandson's t-shirt, and there'll be another one. And then I got this fabric from Katie Green, who has the Green Bean podcast. She has a shop, and she sells this. This is all her artwork. That's her dog Jack. This is all her beautiful artwork, and she drew. These are her This is her artwork for British sheep breeds. And then it's been printed onto this gorgeous cotton lawn. And I looked and I thought, oh, I like that. What could I knit? What could I sew out of it? You know, that's a bit too young for me to wear anything, a garment. But I thought, well, what could I do with it? What could I use it for? So I was watching Fluffy Fibres, Isabel from Fluffy Fibres podcast, and this is a shameless copy. I am a copycat. She made a nightdress out of it. I thought, what a good idea. Oh, never thought of that. She made a nightdress, and she made this one. So I've even copied the pattern. I bought the pattern, and it's a butterick pattern, and she made this one, and it's got like sort of broderie anglais that you can thread a ribbon through. I thought that. So I bought the material, I bought the pattern. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a nightdress out of that for myself. And it all comes beautifully packaged. It comes in this lovely tissue paper with beans in a pod stickers. And you get a lovely little handwritten letter from Katie. Her podcast is lovely. It's delightful. And then she also popped in this little picture of herself and Jack. Her artwork, and you can see where. Just absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So there's that. So I'll probably do that next weekend. And it's like a cotton lawn, that fabric, it just feels beautiful. And I'm going to make my little grandson this quilt, and it's the Quilt Factory, and it's called Hush Baby, the pattern. I'm not going to quilt it, I'm just going to put it all together, and I can tag it apparently, which is kind of like a tailor's tag, going in and out. I can do that rather than there's a lot of quilting on there, and I can't do that. It just would not. I would ruin it, I think. So what I'm going to do is my local quilting and patchwork specialist shop, Patch Finders, put together a kit with material from their shop and that pattern. So that is their interpretation of the pattern. It's not very clear, is it? But it's the fabric. You get all the fabric, and get all the fabric. You get everything for the quilt, the backing, and the binding. The only thing you have to buy obviously is thread and wadding. So this is the backing. This is the backing of the quilt. Gorgeous. It's showing. It's lighter. It's a sort of a lime green. Lovely little pictures. And then the bits for the quilt are the same fabric but in blue. And again, it's lovely quality fabric. It's gorgeous, beautiful. Quite cute, but it's not too cartoony. It's not. And this is the panel that you see along there. This is the panel. Sort of there. And then you get, I think that's the binding. That's because there's a little bit more of that than this. So you've got all the fabric, so you've got a little bit more, and you've got some spotty fabric. It's all sort of coordinating fabric. Lovely. And I thought, I'll have that and I'll make it for him for Christmas. So I've got to get a wriggle on with that. Again, it shouldn't take me too long. It's not as bad as making that one. I finished that. I'll show it to you now. It's not great. there are mistakes in it, but this is the third quilt I've made, and each time I'm getting better. But it is the Fairy Lights quilt. This is for my granddaughter. Let's see if you can. Am I holding it the right way up? Yeah. Yeah. So it's, and some of the blocks are better than other blocks. You can see I've kind of got everything where it should be, but every now and again one is kind of slipped, and I think that's because I've distorted the fabric, and I'm not, my binding's a bit, I've still got pins in there. It's a bit, might look better without the pins in it. Sort of there. I don't know, I've hand sewn it down. I'm quite pleased with it. I think my granddaughter will like it. She's just got to pull it out into the garden and sit and play on it and things. It's not precious. So that's another finished object. So I don't think we're going to be seeing them before Christmas. I'll have to send it off to her, I think. Yeah, it's pink. There's pink in it. She'll be happy with that. I think that's everything. Oh no. Oh, we're back to the wool now. Sorry, bobbing about. But I treated myself to an advent calendar. Well, in fact, I've treated myself to two. But one has arrived, and it is from Elderflower Stitches. Now, I went for the option of mini skeins and a project bag. And you could also have a 100-gram skein, but I just went for the project bag and the. Now I'll move the project bag, because if people haven't received theirs yet, you can kind of see it. It's just wrapped in tissue paper, but look at that. Oh, look at that. All beautifully wrapped. So there's some little fat ones, and there's some very thin ones, and some little round ones. And lots of little fat ones, but there's no numbers on them, so it's like a lucky dip. You know, I can have whatever I want on that day, like a lucky dip. Gorgeous, and the bag is beautiful too. All her bags are beautiful, but it's a beautiful bag. But I won't show it in case I spoil the surprise for someone. And my other advent calendar is coming from Sherry Harris, and I've gone. I don't think there was a choice. I can't remember now, but anyway, I'm waiting for that. I can't wait for that to come. But yeah. Oh, my coffee's gone cold as well. Oh, in my Emma Bridgewater mug, a wakey one. Was it? No, Rise and Shine. Wake up, rise and shine. I love Emma Bridgewater mugs. My husband isn't so keen. He thinks they're a bit thick. He likes the look of them, but to drink out, he thinks they're a bit thick. He prefers Fane Chainer. But I like this one. I like these. They're nice. Got a few of them. Right. I think that's it. How are we doing for time? That's not too bad. I don't know why I've taken my glasses on and then started squinting at the screen. But yes, I think, gosh, I've got through a lot this morning. I don't think I told you what day it was, did I? Well, it's Monday, and it is the 23rd of November. So hopefully I will come back in maybe a fortnight, and hopefully we'll have some finished objects. And hopefully I'll have done that quilt as well, and made my night dress, so I will have some sewing to show you. Yes. Well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for joining me. Take care. Bye.